Could you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence? John, you don't, that's okay, John. All right, I was going to say, John, you can sit there, John. I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of
of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
for all.
Thank you. Great to see everybody. That's still strange doing a Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, it is.
You stand up, you're looking at my kitchen cabinets.
Yeah, right.
So can we have roll call, please?
For President Bowen,
Here.
Vice President Murphy,
Present.
Mr. Antonello,
Here.
Mr. Blaylock,
Here.
Mr. Glasson,
Present.
Mr. Monahan,
Here.
Mrs. Wagner.
Present.
Before the meeting started, we met in executive session. Scott, would you highlight that, please?
Yeah, before this meeting, starting at 6 p.m. tonight, Bristol Township Council had an executive session where they discussed various personnel, litigation, and real estate matters. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Scott. Monthly reports are available for review in the Township Manager's Office. Public comments will be taken on land development and official action items. General comments will be taken during opportunity for residents to address council. Next, we have the consent agenda. Okay.
Tracy, please mute.
Commotion there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have the consent agenda. Consider approval of voucher list and requisition dated March 18, 2021, in amount of $1,820,126.13. Consider approval of February 18, 2021 council meeting. Consider resolution for official sewage facilities planning module for Phyllis and Anthony Drive development. Consider resolution for official sewage facilities planning module for 300 Park Avenue. And last on the list is consider resolution authorizing sale of surplus equipment and vehicles. Pleasure of the board.
I'll make that motion for the consent.
Motion by Mary Ann Wagner.
Second.
Second by who?
John.
Second by John Monahan. On the motion, is there any questions? Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Opposed? Thank you. Next, we have report from Township Manager.
Thank you, President Bowen. So happy to say that I've met with most all of the department heads, and one of them is with Jessica Fox, and we have worked out tentative dates for Fall Festival, which would then be our grand opening, reinvigorated. So right now the date is because of Falls Township and Ben Salem Township, we're limited on dates. So we also, the date is going to be, we're not holding the date open, for the rest of our lives. The date is going to be on September 11th, but we're going to have also a memorial and recognition of fire and police personnel. So that'll be, that's exciting that we can talk about events again. We also are looking forward to tree lighting. We're looking forward to a holiday parade. Hopefully we'll get through this together. And by the fall, we'll be able to gather again in a safe, humane manner that we're all looking forward to. The sewer lining project is still going through. That should be completed. The slip lining and the manhole situation should be completed by the end of May. And right now, our sewer engineer is putting together bid documents for replacement along the on portions of Silver Lake and Delaware Ave service areas. So that is moving forward as well. As spoken at executive session, we'll be applying for redevelopment assistance capital program grants with the state for both the revitalized community center as well as the firehouse that we're going to put at the Inspire building, or demolish where the Inspire building was. So we're looking forward to that. And we are also looking forward to finding out exactly what the $15.8 million that Bristol Township will be receiving from for the whole COVID CARES Recovery Act, the American Recovery Act. And we have some exciting projects that we're going to talk about once that goes through, once we can figure out that exactly where we're going to be spending the money. And I think that is all I have for today.
Thank you, Ms. Elton. Next, we have report from the Township Solicitor, and Randy Flager's place is Scott.
Yes, thank you again, Mr. President. As discussed, there was an executive session and we discussed various issues. Only thing on the agenda we have for you tonight is the application of the Bucks County Housing Authority on behalf of the Interfaith Housing Development Corporation with regards to a waiver of land development application for approval. We've gone through everything and it'll be good to go once you're ready to approve. But other than that, our office has nothing to add for this evening.
Okay, thank you very much, Scott. Next, we have new business. We have an application of Bucks County Housing Authority, 350 S South Main Street, Doylestown, requesting waiver of land development approval in order to install 2 parking lots located at 1215-1221 Murillo Drive, Bristol, tax parcel number 5-1661.
Council meeting here.
Again, that tax parcel is number 5-61-489. Tax parcel 5-61-473. And tax parcel 5-61-474 in an R3 residential zone district. Consideration to take appropriate action. Mr. Prophy, are you there?
I am here. Can you hear me?
I can. You're a little ways. There you are, Tom. Good to see you.
Good seeing you. Thank you very much for entertaining this application this evening. Brian Binney will be presenting on behalf of the applicant. I see.
Okay, is Ryan?
I'm here.
Brian, can you give a little synopsis of what's happening here?
I can, and I could try and share my screen and show some pictures if you'd like.
If possible. It'd probably be better than looking at your face.
I will.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding, Brian. You're looking good. You look like you're ready for a party for an Irish weekend.
Well, I'm Irish every weekend, so
That's good. So I'm just kidding there, Brian. I just see it.
I know. All right, let me see if I can do this here.
Well, hold on one second. I have to.
Okay.
Well, I think you can try.
Yeah, it doesn't let me.
All right, hold on.
So who's trying? Brian, you're trying?
No, I'm trying
Oh, okay.
to
Brian,
share
in the
with him.
meantime,
I could proceed while we're waiting.
okay. So
So
how about a highlight, Brian?
certainly. So as you commented, the properties are located between 1215 and 1221 Murillo Drive. It consists of 3 separate tax parcels. If you're standing in Beaver Dam Road, on the left-hand side is a rundown single-family home. In the middle is a 4-unit complex. And on the right-hand side, there's another single-family home that is run down and abandoned currently. In the rear of the property that faces on Murillo Drive, there's a parking lot for the existing 4-unit development. And what's been happening down there is some activities at the park. When people are coming to go to the park, the Murillo recreation area there, they're parking in this parking lot that's specifically for those 4 units, and they take up all the spots. And when somebody comes home, there's no parking space. And in the past, there's been incidences where they've been asked to move their vehicles and altercations have erupted. So what the Interfaith Housing would like to do is relocate that existing parking lot to front on Beaver Dam Road, and at the same time provide parking for the 2 single-family houses that the Interfaith Housing Corporation plans to rehabilitate and turn them back into active homes.
Brian, you should be able to share your screen now.
Okay, thank you. Can you see that?
We coming.
Oh,
There you
we
go.
can now. Yep, we can now,
Okay.
Brian.
All right. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut. So, so as you can see, the red outline of the 3 parcels I just described, where at the top of the page is a single family home that's run down and dilapidated and boarded up. And in the middle, you'll see that 4-unit
Yes.
and an existing parking area. And so essentially what we want to do is move that parking area so that it fronts on Beaver Dam Road. Now, because of the separation between the existing unit and the road, we have to break it up into 2 smaller parking areas. This is just the existing features plan. And this is a proposed plan, but this plan here will show you what we're proposing to do. So we're proposing to put 2 parking spaces in here, or I'm sorry, parking spaces in front of these 2 units to accommodate all of these units.
Okay. So, and Brian, are you going to have signs that just say this parking is only for the housing
I
development?
believe they will have signs for that it's private parking, and there is currently signs on the other parking lot that say it's private, and that the car will be towed, but that doesn't seem to deter anybody.
Okay.
Something else that'll happen in this, because the housing authority has cameras across the street, they're going to redirect one of the cameras to capture this parking area also, so that it can be under surveillance for any kind of issues like that.
Okay.
And what happens to the existing parking lot?
We're removing it.
Got it.
And then what we're going to do is put a fence along the Murillo Drive so that anybody who's doing some activities at the park can't get into the property.
Perfect.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds like a good plan. And I guess the impervious surface, since you're taking one away, and
Yes, we've been able to keep that down to a minimum.
okay.
There's a small increase, but it's only a matter of a couple hundred square feet or less. So yes, we were able to do that. We're removing a lot. We're obviously removing the existing parking lot, but we're removing sidewalks and other things that went to that parking lot, and removing a bunch of stone that used to be on these single family lots, and turning that back into grass.
Okay. Isn't it funny? Stone's impervious surface. I still scratch my head on that, but
Yeah.
I know.
Knock it off, Craig.
Okay.
Kurt, you're on board with this, right? I mean, everything looked pretty good on your end?
Yes, everything looks good. Couple things to tweak on the plan, but everything looks fine for getting to the finish line.
Yeah, and I would mention that with the exception of the waivers we've requested, all of the items on the Kurt's letter we will comply with.
Great.
And Brian, I had the one question about the cameras, which you answered. And then from what I understand, I think the housing authority has a pretty extensive in-house surveillance system that's going to be operational down there also, correct?
I believe that is correct.
That is correct. This is Mr. Profi.
Okay.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. I was just trying to kill some time there, Brian.
You could never offend me.
You can't offend
I owe
him.
you a beer. On that note, I need what?
I'll make that motion.
Oh,
I'll
great.
second it.
All right, so we have a motion by Patrick Antonello and second by Cindy Murphy. On the motion, is there any questions? No, but no questions? Okay. All in favor of this project?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you. Good luck, Tom and Brian.
Hey, Brian,
thank you.
Can you exit your, can you put the share back to me now?
I did. It's still on there?
Oh, you're good.
Oh, there's
No,
a
you're good.
face again. Up there.
Brian,
Give me one more shot.
what you'll have to do is transfer the host back to the Bristol Township is what you have to do.
Okay, so let's see. How do I do that?
I'll let Randy explain. I don't know. How did you do it, Randy?
So if you go down to share
Yes.
And it should say,
Multiple participants? No.
right, if you just push it, yeah, you could do it multiple participants, or you can just put my name on the participant list, Bristol Township.
All right. Sorry about that.
This is
No,
a test,
I
Brian.
think I did it the wrong way anyway. I think if you leave the meeting anyway, it'll transfer back to me.
Okay, because it doesn't, oh, here we go. Who can share? Only host. Okay. You should have it.
Thanks, Bry.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
See ya.
Randy, did you get it?
Nope.
Nope.
No, I think I did it wrong.
Okay, so I'm gonna get out and then hopefully it'll go back to you.
Hopefully.
All right,
We'll
goodbye.
see.
No, we're still in the learning curves here. Are you in control, Randy?
I am not.
I'm trying to
She's
get out.
always in control.
It's not giving me an option to let myself out. It wants me to close the meeting for everybody.
Oh,
All
boy.
right. All right, Brian, there's the little participants icon
Yes,
and there's an arrow there.
yes.
Click on that arrow
All right.
and there's something that explains to say to change host or transfer host
All right,
duties.
let me see if I can find
There's-
Bristol Township. There's Bristol Township.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dana's here. Hi. Also, if you just click on Randy's picture, I believe, or just click participants, don't even click that arrow. Your list will come up on the right. Put your cursor over Randy, which is Bristol Township, click more, and it'll say make host
I
or
think I
make
did.
There we
co-host.
go.
Yeah.
Got it.
You got it.
All right, thanks.
We keep her handy for just such an emergency.
Thanks, Dana.
All
You're
right.
welcome.
Thanks, Bry.
Okay, we're going to move right along. We're on agenda B. It's 2021-2022 road material bid. Consideration to take appropriate action. Randy Elton, would you highlight that real quick?
Sure, thank you. I have a memo from Andrew McAdams, our Public Works Director. This is a consortium bid on behalf of New Britain Township, and that's for the 2021-2022 road materials. And the lowest bid came in from Eureka Stone for hauling at $575, $750, and for asphalt haul at $6.75.
Good. I need a motion from the board.
I'll make a
I'll
motion
take-
to accept that bid.
We got a
I'll
motion from
second,
Cindy
bro.
Murphy. And who do we have a second by?
Joe Glassman.
Joe Glasson. Joe, okay, thank you. Motion, second by Joe Glasson on the motion. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Next, on C is 2021 road program bid, consideration to take appropriate action. I guess this is Kurt. Is this for the road program?
It is. We opened up the bids for this year's road program, and we are recommending an award to James D. Morrissey, JDM, with a base bid and alternates for a contract amount of $537,974.56.
Okay. How many miles of roads would that be, Kurt? Do you know without digging into it by chance?
For this year,
Yes, it would be, we do know that.
Okay.
we have about, 43,000 square yards. So I don't know if I have
The mileage.
mileage.
It's 11 roadways, 3.6 miles.
Okay. So we're doing almost 4 miles of roads.
3.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Sounds a little light compared to what we're usually doing, 120.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's a good
I'll
sign.
make a motion that we accept that bid.
Motion by
I'll
Cindy,
second.
second by Joe Glasson on the motion. Is there any question? All in
I
favor?
was,
Oh,
it's all good. Don't worry about it.
Aye.
aye. Opposed? Thank
Aye.
Next, we have the bids for the JFK Park revitalization site contract. Consideration, take appropriate action. Who wants to kind of highlight that real quick before we make a motion?
Kurt, you want me to, or are you gonna do it?
Whichever, I can do it. We opened the bids for the JFK Park, and we're recommending that it be awarded to Miko Constructors. And we're recommending that all alternates except for the sod and some landscaping be awarded. And regrettably, I didn't calculate what that total is, Randy. I don't know if you have.
Yeah.
I read that.
It would be for. Hang on one sec.
And while you're digging that, Kurt, this is grant money being used for this?
It'll be CDBG funding that's
Okay.
being used.
Okay.
And that bid of amount would be $1,308,000.84.
Okay.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Patrick Antonello,
Second.
second by John Monahan. On the motion, is there any questions? Thank you. All in favor of this project?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you. Next, we have the bids for the GFK Park Revitalization Electrical Contract. Kurt, I guess it's pretty self-explanatory. This is going to need electric work, and this went out to bid. And who was the contract? Who won the bid?
Yeah, so I closed on my
Okay,
computer.
so Armor and Sons
Yeah, thanks.
won the base bid, and we're also adding the site lighting. So that bid would be for $275,616.
How much is it? I'm sorry, I missed that.
$275,616.
Great.
I'll make that motion, Craig.
Motion by Joe Glasson,
Second.
second by John Monahan. On the motion, is there any questions? Thank you. Pleasure. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Moving right along the agenda. Other business. Is there any other business?
President Bowen, I actually forgot on the manager's report to advise last night we had put out before the Planning Commission of some of our ordinance amendments that we're working for. We've received over the years several complaints of recreational vehicles on the street. And so we were working through an ordinance where we're allowing recreational vehicles to be on a person's property. A second driveway could be constructed or just, and it doesn't have to be paved. That's what our ordinance requires now. So that would be the change, that a second driveway wouldn't have to be paved, and that these recreational vehicles, we're still working out the details of distances, but they would be allowed in the side and the rear yards. And it wouldn't even have to be a paved surface throughout the entire vehicle. It would just be for where the hitches and the tires are. So it's to make life easier, to get them off the street, and because that'll be a future ordinance that we amend when we say that recreational vehicles, which is motorhome, a boat, trailers, quads, etc., would be not allowed on a public street, and they would have to be on private property. So and right now the ordinance requires them to be on paved surfaces, and so we're trying to eliminate the requirement of the paved surface and allow it in other yards. So I think there was some confusion last night at the Planning Commission meeting, and what we put out on Facebook to just get everybody involved. So we're still working through it. It's still, the ordinance would have to still be sent to the Bucks County Planning Commission for those advertising deadlines, and then it would be advertised to the public on the public hearing. So this probably won't come in front of the board until the May 20th agenda.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Thanks, Randy.
So now we have comments from council members. Wish everyone have a happy St. Patty's Day weekend. Anything else?
Hey, real quick, I just want to follow up on what Randy said about that ordinance. I know that Randy and the staff and council have been digging into this And really, in an effort to get it onto tonight's agenda, we tried like heck to make that happen, but we just couldn't. We got to tweak the verbiage and work on it. But I know myself, I've gotten a lot of calls and have had numerous communications with residents about this specific issue. Once we get, rather than push this, hurry this, we will have this taken care of in a way that's going to be a tremendous benefit to anybody who owns a boat, an RV, or any recreational type vehicle that needs to park it. It will be a boon to the township. It will help the residents. And we look forward to getting that done in May. And thanks for all your hard work on it. And wish we could have gotten it in a little bit sooner, but the reality of it, an ordinance change takes a little bit more time. So we'll get that done in May. Thanks a lot, and happy St. Patty's Day to everyone. Be well, stay safe.
Anyone else before I move on? Next, we have opportunity for residents to address council. Public comment on general items will be taken at this time. If you have a questions, you cannot attend the Zoom meeting. You may email your questions to jmaier@bristoltownship.org. Again, you can email jmaier@bristoltownship.org prior and during this meeting. So I think we'll just wait a few minutes to see if anybody's on. It's like Jeopardy. Do, 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 do.
Did not receive any emails.
Okay. Oh, well. Okay, well then, time to adjourn the meeting. We need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion by Mary Ann Wagner.
Second.
Second by who?
John did it again.
Oh, John. Second by John Monahan. All in favor to adjourn the meeting?
Aye.
All right, thank everybody. Thank you
Bye,
so much.
guys. Be
Bye,
safe.
Guys.
Thanks, everyone. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy the warm weather.
Yep.
Take care.
Hope to see everybody soon.
Bye to all.